Republican discord threatened to derail Donald Trump's tax and spending bill, with the US president facing the biggest challenge yet to his ironclad grip on the party. The version of the bill passed by the Senate has angered both House conservatives and moderates by trimming less in spending and more from Medicaid, respectively. Now, Trump has doubled down on efforts to muscle the bill through before his July 4th deadline, meeting with lawmakers at the White House and also working the phones, as you can imagine. But so far, Trump has deployed his playbook of public bullying and political threats to keep lawmakers in line, some experts argue. But he will also face the mammoth task of selling the bill to skeptical American voters. For further clarity, joining us at the moment, Daniel Block. Daniel, always a pleasure to have you on our show. What does this internal GOP friction actually signal about Trump's political leverage this time around? Has it weakened?
I think that we should expect the bill will pass.
Okay.
I think we should expect the bill will actually pass relatively soon. I mean, if I were betting, I think he'll get it before his July 4th deadline.
Right.
If not, I think he'll get it shortly thereafter. I mean, what we're seeing right now in some ways is the same thing we saw when the bill went through the US House of Representatives the first time, and what we've seen in the past, which is different House members on both flanks of the party make a big show of being uncomfortable with it or wanting changes, and then eventually under pressure from Trump and from the rest of the party, they come around. And we're seeing that happen right now. The number of representatives who suggested they might vote no is steadily dwindling.
Daniel, meanwhile, from a foreign policy standpoint, how much Trump's spending priorities, which is basically favoring tax cuts over social programs, reshape America's global commitments, particularly in defense and foreign aid?
Well, I did see one fun stat that the amount of money the United States is about to be spending on border security will eclipse the military budget of many different countries. I think that if I were another country looking at the United States right now, I would see this largely as a domestic matter. But at the same time, there are certainly, as you're noting, international implications. One is simply the debt. This is going to cause the U.S. national debt to increase by trillions of dollars. You know, the U.S. has long served as the center of the financial world. The dollar is the world's reserve currency.
Yes.
And countries have counted on the United States to be a relatively stable economic investment and market. But if the debt continues to explode as time goes on, you could see some of that faith to waver. That's something that's being talked about right now in American economic circles.
Meanwhile, given the urgency around Trump's July 4th deadline, which is, by the way, for us in India, it's tomorrow, is this a calculated show of force tied to national symbolism, or would you say it's a signal of deeper legislative vulnerability?
I think that to some extent both are true.
Okay.
I'd say more the former. That's just my guess. I think you're right. It's a show of national pride and national power. For viewers who don't know, July 4th is Independence Day in the United States, and this is going to mark the 250th anniversary of American independence. So having it done and wrapped up by then, there's certainly a lot of pride and ego tied up in that for the US president. At the same time, I think the other element of it is also true, where by getting it done so quickly, by really jamming it through Congress in a very, very compressed period, Trump is illustrating his dominance over the Republican Party.
Well, Daniel, as always, it's a pleasure to hear your views. Thank you so much for making time for us and joining us on NDTV.